Good morning. How is everybody today? All right, 11:11, make a wish. And my wish today is to answer the objection of how is searching different, right? Like one of the questions that people ask all the time is, yeah, but John, can't I just go online and look at properties myself? And what's your answer to that question commonly? Anybody? Rob?
Yes, you can certainly search online yourself, but I'm happy to put together a collection where we can work collaboratively and interact and have a record of everything that we communicate about, which I think will be beneficial. Plus, we
Rob,
have
what's a collection?
a collection is it's a search based on your criteria that we'll go through for your lifestyle and your needs in a house that I will put together for you that you will be updated on a timeline that you would like, whether it's daily, weekly, or however frequently you'd like. And then you will receive those listings. I'll receive those listings at the same time. And then we can make notes about them and communicate with all parties in the transaction. You, your spouse,
So
anybody
ready,
like.
you see this, right? They have a perspective that's where they are, right? And so if we go back to our formula, right? So we could say, Rob, 100% agree, you can search for properties your own. In partnering with an agent, what do you envision the agent doing for you that you feel you can't do yourself when it comes to finding properties? And then they will give you their specific answer. Right, because if we get right into the explanation, a lot of times we end up using words and phrases and things that make sense to us, not to them, right? So as soon as they get confused, then it feels like chaotic, overwhelming, and they just go back to what they know, right? So
Sure.
if you start thinking about it, what really are the benefits of a collection, right? So if you were to go along with this role play with me now, what would you say in the same conversation?
I would say the benefits of us using the collection to search for your new home is that we're able to communicate and keep a
So
record of
ready,
it.
go back, ready? What I want us to get to in this role play is they made a statement, which is a very common buyer statement, correct? And you agree with them, right? I 100% agree. And in partnering with an agent and finding homes, what do you envision an agent doing for you that you feel you can't do yourself? Then the buyer's going to tell you what they want, right? So just
Right.
Rob, now be the buyer and make up an answer.
Well, I want to find a house in the neighborhood with the best schools that's a 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath minimum and less than 1.2 million.
Got it. So those, I would say those four factors, Rob, are like the surface level. Let's dig in deeper. You know, when you start thinking about the house, has anyone taken the time to explain to you how this functional flow concept correlates to finding the right home for you and your family?
No, but I've heard of feng shui. Is that the same thing?
I don't know, kind of, right? Feng shui makes you feel good. Understanding someone's functional flow, in essence, is understanding your lifestyle so the home fits your lifestyle and not having, not trying to fit your lifestyle in a home. So, if it's okay, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, which will then serve as a filter for us to look through every property on your behalf so that you can understand how each one of these homes fits into your lifestyle before you even go look at it.
That sounds great.
And now, would it be okay if I can share with you how our proprietary collections, think of it like a luxury shopping cart of homes. Now, within this shopping cart, we can collaborate the conversation in one place with all the people that are important decision makers. We'll be able to filter the properties. And the third benefit is that we can share with you is how many properties you'll never see that will look at your lifestyle and your home requirements and filter out all these homes that are not worth your time. So you're selectively only looking at the homes that fit your specific goals and expectations.
No, that sounds good because when we look online, it seems like they all start to run together. There's so many choices.
Yep. So did you see how that whole conversation changed?
Yeah.
Right. And then now you'd explain the things I'd asked you, like, tell me a little about your lifestyle. What rooms are most important? Why are they most important? What experiences are you looking to have in these rooms? Like, what's a holiday like? What's an everyday life like? Right. And like all of these different things.
Right.
Right. And then they're going to start talking. And then, like, Kate did this in our buyer consultation on free coaching week. Right. Is she was like, she's like, so let me ask you, like, when you go and look online, like, and she repeated back some of the things that I said, is there any website that can tell you backyard secluded, not near anybody? No. And then she repeated back some of those things that literally somebody's expertise would have to show and demonstrate, right? And it organically got me to the place of, wow, I need to hire her. This is a lot better for me versus her telling me, you know what, you can't get this on a website. You can't get this on a website. I can do this for you. But it's all in the way that you ask the questions.
Got it.
Yep. So now I would like two of you to try doing this. So who wants to volunteer?
I'll volunteer. Good morning, everyone. It's Lisa.
All right, Lisa, do you want to be the buyer or the agent?
Oh, it's Monday morning. I'll be the agent.
Okay. Does anyone want to be the buyer? Okay. So I guess I will be okay. Roger, I can always count on you. All right, go ahead.
Hi, Roger. How are you?
Hey, great, Lisa.
I'm sorry, actually, Sherry, we're doing the collection. That's what we're talking about.
So what the buyer is going to say is, can't I just search for properties on my own, and that will start the conversation?
Okay.
So, Lisa, can I just search for properties on my own? I
Well,
see Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com.
well, Roger, you certainly can. But we have something at Compass. We're a real estate technology company, and we have something which is
Pause. See, you're immediately getting into it. You haven't acknowledged that he could say, yeah, you could search for properties on your own. In partnering with an agent, what would you envision an agent doing for you that you feel you can't do on your own in finding a home? And then let him answer, and then you can go in, right? Do you see our inkling is right to go to the solution, right? That's why these sessions are really valuable, because you want to be able to do this, because this is where people get confused, right? He's at a simple place like, hey, all these homes are online. Like, I can just find them myself. Can I look? And you're like, well, we're a real estate technology company, and we have this thing called collections. So essentially, you're telling them the way that they chose to find properties is wrong, because they didn't pick the best option or they didn't know about this, right? So it has to subtly be, collections is the end solution, right? Your value as an agent is understanding like what they want, the community, schools, location, lifestyle, how they live in a home. All of those things are what powers the home search, which makes the collections most valuable. Does that make sense?
it does.
All right, try again.
Hey, Lisa, can I just search for properties on my own? I mean, I use Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com.
You absolutely can, Roger. But what do you envision an agent who you select to work with providing you that you couldn't get yourself?
That's a great question. I have to think for a moment. Well, they could tell me about the schools, what the features of the home that I can't see online. They can tell me about if it's a super busy street out in front, the safety of the home. I guess there's a lot of things that, I can't see that maybe an agent could help me with since they're familiar with the neighborhood.
So that you're absolutely right. That is something that we can provide. We do have a platform on campus, which is called Collections, where we can curate a collection based on the information that you give me. And part of it is obviously how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, backyard, garage, all of the criteria that you and your family need. And it's in one place that we can collaborate. So we can start the collection based on the criteria you'll share with me today. And it will centralize all of the properties. And in real time, you will get alerts not only to what is currently available on the market, we also have access to properties that are private exclusives, which aren't yet being marketed to mass market by sellers. And
What's a private exclusive?
so
All right, so ready? Pause. So ready? Look, this is great, Lisa. Thank you for being a willing participant, right? So if you unwind this and you look at the recording, you're introducing a collection, which is one piece, another piece that's another piece, right? Remember, these are things, think about how long it took you to really understand what this is in the way that it was communicated to you, right? There's only so much information that somebody could absorb in one sentence, right? So you want to share a concept, get them engaged, see how it's a direct value to them, their goals, their expectations, right? And then you're going to introduce another thing, right? Like there's as you know, we have a proprietary piece of a proprietary technology called Collections. Think of Collections as a visual luxury shopping cart of homes. Now, can I share with you how this would work in us working together and you helping tie back to one of their goals? They're going to say yes, right? And then you can go into it, right? You can use stories, you can use analogies, but it's getting them engaged without giving them this, right? Because then when you give them all these things at once, it's overwhelming. The conversations are crossed, right? It's a lot.
it is a lot. Yep. Okay. So Roger, we'll focus only on collection. We're going back into it.
Yeah, start all over again.
Okay. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Lisa. Can I just search for properties online? I mean, I use Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com.
You absolutely could. You absolutely could, Roger. And I've gone completely blank. Oh my God.
Envision.
an agent.
Choose somebody else, man. Choose somebody else.
Do you want to reverse?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good morning, Lisa. How are you this morning?
I'm great, thank you. So why can't I just do searches by myself? I have access to the internet, Zillow, Redfin, all of those sites.
You absolutely can, Lisa. And, that's a great point. But, when you're doing searches on your own, one of the things you might want to consider is what do you envision an agent doing that you couldn't do yourself when you're searching?
Feel.
Well,
Remember, feel.
well, I would kind of rely on you to tell me which areas are closest to the schools that I want. I prefer a quieter street. And what sort of community? I'm moving from out of state, so I'm really kind of my search is quite broad.
Okay. So you're moving from out of state. You want to search for schools. You want to have quieter streets.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that I missed that is important to you?
We need 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms.
Okay. So have you thought about, there's a term called functional flow that can help, understand how your lifestyle fits the home rather than how the home fits you. So aside from bedrooms and bathrooms, can you tell me a little bit about your lifestyle and how you envision using the home?
Well, we're a pretty close-knit family, so we do have a lot of family dinners. So a larger living area that can seat, fit our dining room table. Kind of open plan to the kitchen. So while I'm in there, I can still be part of what's going on in the entertainment area.
Okay. So I can put a human filter over this. Obviously, when you're looking at Zillow or Redfin or any of these public sites, they're not going to be thinking about the home with you in mind. And, they can't tell you whether there's a busy street. So do you think it would be helpful if I were to create a luxury collection of homes for you? That I could put a human filter on top of that and provide you the experience and filter out all of these homes just to what fits your potential lifestyle. Would that be of help?
That would be of help, yes. But doesn't that then limit me to maybe other houses?
Well, we can certainly expand the search as we, comment. And so one of the great things that we can do with our platform is we can work collaboratively together so that you can comment about the features and aspects of the homes that I'm sharing with you that you like or don't like. And I can put my human filter on that to make sure that I include or don't include homes in the future. So would that be helpful for you?
Yes, that would be very helpful.
Okay. So another aspect that we have is that we have access to properties that you can't publicly search for. So these are called private exclusives or coming soons. So you would have potentially far less competition in terms of other buyers having access to these homes. Do you think that would be helpful for you?
I think that would be helpful, but why would a seller do that?
Well, sometimes a seller wants to test the market. They don't know exactly, they have an aspirational price,
Does that
or
mean that they're more expensive?
well, it could be initially, or that they may want to privately market their homes. They don't want the neighbors knowing that they're marketing their home. So there could be a variety of reasons, but this gives them an opportunity. It also gives them an opportunity to get feedback from other agents and other potential guests that tour the home so that they can see how that, the marketing might be adjusted or if there's aspects that they want to do to the home before they publicly list the home. So it would give us an opportunity also, to see homes that aren't in a very competitive environment. I don't know if you've been touring lately, but sometimes, when there are turnkey properties, there can be a lot of people, coming through the property, and so that you may not be able to feel that, to avoid the competition, it might be more helpful for you. Does that sound like that would work for you?
Yes, that will. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any concerns that you have about the process?
Um, no, I'm just obviously want to make sure that I'm getting the most bang for my buck and I'm not overpaying. That's very
Sure. So would it be okay if we met at Thursday at 10 a.m. in the office and I can show you personally how collections work and we can set up an application on your phone so that you can look and comment on these homes and we can partner together.
That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Roger, you're
Great
very
job.
good, Roger. You're very good.
I'm
So like,
trying.
look, even so now, Roger, go back and listen to the recording, right? And look where you can tighten up things. Like you great framing for access to markets, access to properties off the market. When we build your collection, you'll see them labeled a little differently as private exclusive, which are just listings that only Compass agents have. It's a benefit of us directly working together. And the same thing with coming soon. Like, what do you think the direct benefit would be of having access to off-market properties? And then she'll sell herself on it, right? And then she says, well, why would a seller want to do that? I would say, you know what? That's a really great question. And the experience that we have is some people just want to sell the home privately, right? Like they don't want to put it on publicly. They don't want it on all these different websites. And, you know, there are many people actually in the market, based on how much prices have appreciated, are very happy with, how would I say it? That are very happy with the value of their home.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to give feedback?
Thought it was great on how Roger offered to bring her into the office to set it up, to go through it, to help her put it on her phone and actually show her how to use the tools as opposed to just having them try to figure it out themselves.
Yep. And he walked her through the process, right? So this, if you go back and you watch this recording, this whole, can I just look for homes on my own, is a huge opportunity. Huge. Because if you think about it, most people answer with a mouthful of stuff. But like it's nothing, like it's a very normal thing. Every home is available in their perception online anyway. So why would they think that there's something different that you can offer? It doesn't make any sense, right? But look, this is the power of practice and knowing what to say and when to say it. I can't stress this enough. It is so much that you all are required to learn in this business, right? So all the shiny pennies and tools, and if you can't communicate it, I've been saying this for the 6 years I've been at Compass so far. If you can't effectively communicate the value and benefit of a tool or a piece of technology to the other party, like it doesn't matter how well you know how to use it because there's no value to your clients. And that's what we got for you today. So we have a few minutes left. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. If you don't have any questions, put 5 minutes back in your day and we'll see you on at 11:30 for seller CRM management. Anyone have any
sure.
questions? Yeah, Roger, go ahead.
So I just, I was working with a couple that to look at a home, and all of a sudden I got a crazy text from one of the partners that basically said, we want to sell the condo right away. It sounds like a divorce. And it's a really kind of eggshells kind of situation. So I'm curious from your perspective how you deal with because both parties equally, and one party seems to be driving, they want to exit, like a series of texts, I want to sell right away, right, without any involvement of the other partner.
So I
So
would just sit down, I would have a conversation with them, right? Like
yeah,
to say, hey, like I know you guys both really well, kind of give me an idea what's going on. Great. Like I hear this is what the goal is. And from there, say, okay, great. Like, obviously are both people on the deed, and then ask them like, what's the best way for us all to align on this?
yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? All right. Well, I appreciate you guys all always listening. Please go back and watch this again. right? It's really important that you guys nail this because this is like an everyday conversation that will never, ever change. Sound good? Well, with love in my heart, I love you all. I will see you all at 11:30. Bye, everybody.